I had to record this while it's hot on my mind, fresh on my mind. This morning, David Byers published a story in the Times about how we need to wise up to the tricks of unscrupulous estate agents. And I broadly and actually quite strongly agreed with almost everything he said in the article. But then he went and dropped the bomb, the invisible bomb that no one ever sees, that all property journalists do as well, unwittingly and innocently, and by doing so completely undoes all of the good work of the rest of the article, where the article is trying to help sellers avoid bad estate agents. And he does it with these three little words that are the root cause of almost all bad experiences that sellers have with estate agents. And it's these three words that all property journalists have been writing for decades, for as long as I've been looking at it. And I cannot seem to stop this happening. And in this video, I would like every property and housing market journalist to consider the following, so that hopefully you will never ever again write these three words, which are the root cause of all the problems. There are many, many, many problems in the property market, in estate agency, in moving house. But these three words are the absolute essence of where all the problems arise from. And these three words are as follows. You ready? Do you know what they are? Can anyone guess what they are? Pick three agents. No. Please never write those words again. And any seller watching this video, never think that just picking three agents is the first step to selling your house. Just picking three agents is the reason that almost all sellers end up with one of those agents that carries out the bad practice of overvaluing and locking you into a long sole agency agreement and then going on to often not sell your home. Two of London's largest three estate agents by market share sell fewer than 3 in 10, fewer than 30% of the properties they list. Why? Because they don't care. They make money by having this big inventory, and they look really successful because they've got the biggest market share of unsold properties. They don't have the biggest market share of sold properties necessarily, and this is the problem. The reason that those three words, just pick three estate agents, are so terrible is because every time those big bad estate agents that are all about numbers see those three words written in the press, they rub their hands together and go, yes! Why is that? Okay, stick with me for some really simple maths. Let's say that on average there are 15 estate agents for any typical vendor to choose from. In built-up areas it's more than that, in rural areas it's less, but typically you've got a choice of 15 estate agents, often more, but let's just go with 15. If you pick three at random, and by the way, it never is at random, I'll come on to that in a minute. If you pick three at random, you have an 80% chance of not picking the best estate agent for you when you're selling your house. So just pick three is like saying, have an 80% chance of picking the wrong agent. Just pick three equals 80% chance of ending up with a bad agent. Why? Because the three you pick are more likely than not to all be as bad as each other. So you're going to be comparing three bad apples. So you're going to be picking the least bad of those three apples if you just pick three. Okay? Because out of those 15, only 1 in 5 or 3 out of 15 are going to be good. And they are rarely, sometimes there is an exception, but rarely are they amongst the three that are picked at random when people just pick three. Why is this? The big agents, the big bad agents with the huge market share but the really low success ratio of instructed to sold, are also the ones who spend the most on their marketing. So when you think you're picking three at random, you're not picking three at random. You are picking three. You are an innocent victim into the marketing machine of those big market share agents. So you go to Google and you type in, who are the best estate agents in my postcode? And guess who comes up first? The ones who spend the most on Google AdWords. So you go, I'll just pick 3 of these. Boom. You've just picked 3 bad ones. Okay, let's say you don't go online. Let's say you walk around. Who are the ones you're going to notice first? The ones with the most for sale boards. That doesn't mean that they sell the most. And this is another trick that agents rely on. For sale boards, lots of for sale boards equals that brand in local people's minds. They go, well, I always see Foxton's for sale boards up there. Let's go to Foxton, shall we? They're obviously doing okay. Don't make that mistaken assumption. And number 3, 1 in 3 buyers is a seller. So when someone who's got a property to sell registers with agents as a buyer, they will often be registering with one of the largest agents by market share because they've got the most properties on their books. So people naturally register with the agent with the largest inventory. That's what the statistics and the probabilities are. And what happens? Oh, have you got something to sell? Yes. Oh, great. We'll come and talk to you as well. So that's another reason why when people just pick 3, especially if they are a seller who's also a buyer, they'll end up in one of the bad boys. So just pick 3 actually ends up with a much higher than 80% chance of you not finding that 1 or 2 really outstanding, hard to find estate agents who are the right seller for you. So let me wrap this up. Journalists, please never ever ever write just pick 3 agents. What you should write instead is talk to as many agents as necessary until you find one that you really believe is better than all the others for you. Because only then do you have the best chance of getting your home sold for the best price in the shortest time. Sellers, never just pick 3, even though that's what everybody says you should do. That is why this industry has such a terrible reputation and has been so bad for so long and continues to get worse, because the first piece of advice all sellers hear is just pick 3. Let this be the last time a seller ever makes that mistake of just picking 3. I'm sorry, it's a hassle. You're going to have to talk to more than 3 agents. Never pick the 3 that come up first on Google. Never pick the 3 that have got the most for sale boards. That is not the way to go about choosing. Talk to the individuals at as many agents as you can to find that human being that you think, this person's not going to let me down. They're not going to tie me into a long-term agency agreement. I trust that they're going to work alongside me and actually help me get my house sold. Here endeth the rant. Please share this. Whenever you see a journalist anywhere saying just pick 3, send them a link to this video, please. Thanks very much, guys. Good luck. See you on the next video.